our beautiful old town Ording here. It's like this little sleepy town that wanted to be a town and is kind of stuck in time. But one of the beautiful things about this area is that we're coming up on this little area here where by City Hall, and as I go around this corner, you can take a peekaboo shot, hopefully, at Mount Rainier, and of course, no, it's not going to happen. But anyway, so here we are. Just picked up Rufus. I got bit by him, and he's not a very happy camper, but we got the job done. It's like I was able to, there's Mount Rainier. Good morning, Daddy Dutch. My poor Norwegian forest cat had to go in because he crapped his pants and was a matted mess because I tried to give him a bath. And, I'm down to one arm right now, one useful arm, that is. The other one's just kind of not working all that great. And so I tried to give him a bath, and I don't think I got him rinsed out well enough when he crapped his pants. But he ended up getting so matted up, so bad, and he's a hard cat to deal with because I didn't raise him from a kitten. I adopted him because a friend of mine saw his picture on a shelter. Am I in a high-speed chase? No, not yet. I'm actually going under the speed limit. Okay, so there's Mount Rainier. We're down in the foothills here. It's known as the straightaway between Ording and South Prairie. And it's such a beautiful, beautiful drive. So I figured you guys haven't seen this drive before, unless you've driven through here. And we got this beautiful peekaboo of the mountain right there. Just on the other side of this ridge and up a little ways is my house. Got another 17 minutes before I get home. Provided I don't have the popo hanging out behind me all the rest of the way home. This is Electron cutoff right here. If we took a right, that area used to be a booming little town that was basically connected to all the other towns, because this is all a historic area. Sandstone, mining, logging, and farmland. There's a lot of farmland out here, and I always wanted to own a parcel down here, but then I realized, if that mountain blows, this is all going to be under, tens of feet of freaking muck. So I'm like, you know what? Maybe we'll just stay up in the higher ground. I mean, at least if I live in the shadows of Mount Rainier, if the mountain blows, then I'm gonna go quick instead of being taken out by a mudslide that's not nearly as fast. This cat is giving me the mean mugging look. He's looking at me through the top of his crate. He's like, you are one piece of work. When I get home, I'm gonna crap all over your pillow and I'm gonna eat your slipper. And just see it now. So mad at me right now. So he couldn't get a bath. He's got a little bit of diarrhea all over his tail from getting stressed out, and that's why they called. We need your help. And it's like, he's got the that hamster ball on his head, strapped to his head, so he can't bite. But he still's got those murder mittens. So looks like I'm gonna have to clean him up a little bit when I get home because she was not about to give him a bath. She's like, nope, this cat is too old, too stressed. He'll be more comfortable now, but this is the best I can do. And I'm like, yeah, you did better than me. I tried to shave him. It's kind of hard to do that, trying to control a cat with one arm that's not working properly, and with the clippers in the other hand. And You know, so here we are. So hi guys. Um, this is just a little pop live just so you can see this beautiful drive into South Prairie and back up the hill to my house. And it's just gorgeous down here. There's all sorts of creeks that run through here. This is the Carbon River. Up toward the mountain is Carbon River Glacier, which is slowly melting away. But the Carbon River Glacier is or the Carbon River is what feeds the creek that runs through my backyard. And now what is up with people and tailgating? I'm going the speed limit. Now I got another one. It's not a cop this time, but yeah, okay, go on, go, Mister All important. Need to go faster than the speed limit. This is why people get killed on this road, you dumbass. There's so many accidents that happens out here. A lot of fatalities. Um, and it's because of people like that just are just not in the mood to, be behind somebody that's going the speed limit. And here's the creek that's Voight's Creek that goes back into, it meets back into the Carbon River. But look at how beautiful and lush everything is here. It's just gorgeous. Yeah. And anyway, so my cat is probably going to be like, I hate you. But then after a little while, he's going to be like, I forgive you. I feel better now. Thanks. I'm sure he's stressed out. It is beautiful here. No, I don't want to brake check a truck. I mean, having that thing shoved up my ass, my little RAV4, is just not my idea of fun. I don't generally brake check people because I've been rear-ended. That's how I found out I had brain cancer. Um, got rear-ended by a car that got rear-ended by a Jeep at high speed and bashed into the back end of my Kia Soul to the point where I couldn't even open the hatch. We got we were at a complete stop, and I had my sous chef in the passenger seat. And we got jostled around pretty good and got shoved about 90 feet from that accident. And I suffered a concussion, and something happened to his shoulder. And the seatbelt grabbed onto his shoulder for dear life, and he ended up with a shoulder injury. And this headache would not go away, so that's one of the reasons why I had that little Go Gray for May thing that I created on the beginning of my outros for brain tumor awareness. Um, but the headache wouldn't go away, and it kept getting worse, and the concussion symptoms kept worsening over the coming weeks, right? And so Timmy drove me to the emergency room, and we sat there in the emergency room for about almost 14 hours, and there was so many people in the emergency room because of the county fair was going on. And you know what happens when the county fair goes. It's like everybody's eating to excess and getting sick and food poisoning and all that other happy hogwash. And so all these people with those kind of symptoms were polluting the emergency room. So I ended up in a bed chair in the hall. They checked me and they did their triage, and then they gave me some pain medication, and it's this drug cocktail that they usually give for people that have out of control migraines. But the problem is that it causes involuntary muscle spasms, like whole body muscle spasms. and it it was just, there was no way to relax, you know. And so, 25 miles an hour. Okay, so we're coming into South Prairie. That sun is bright. Um, and the speed limit in this little tiny town is enforced up the ass. So over here, we're going to see it in just a moment here, is a very dear friend of ours. She owned the Wagon Wheel, and her name was Donna, and she recently passed away. She sold the restaurant. I was going to buy it, but, you know, location, location, location. It's right here, this gray building right there. Um, location, location, location. There's no parking whatsoever, and it needed a lot of work. And so she ended up selling it to somebody else. From what I understand, one of the dudes from Deadliest Catch that lives in the area, he and a business partner bought it. I haven't been in there since, but she passed last year. She didn't even get a chance to enjoy her retirement. I think she got like maybe about 6 months into her retirement. She found out that she had advanced stages of cancer, passed away. And so every time I pass by there, I feel a little teary-eyed, a little bit emotional. And just a very, very dear friend of mine. And Timmy's. Timmy used to work on all of our equipment. That's how I met her. And she's like, "Oh, you got to try my clam chowder. It's the best clam chowder in the area." I'm like, "Oh, I beg to differ. I got to try this best in the area clam chowder because mine's best in 2 counties." So, you know, we kind of bonded over that and kind of gave each other a little bit of trash talking in the process. Um, because just, you know, she was like, "Well, yours is just different kind of clam chowder." I go, "Yeah, yours is traditional, but mine's just a little bit different. Mine's got a little bit of pizzazz because it's been upscaled for, you know, more refined eateries and so on and so forth." So we just kind of decided that, you know, hers is the best in town, mine's the best in town, and we're just gonna just say that, you know, because they're different enough from a traditional New England clam chowder, that you know, we both could have the best in town, and except for mine's, you know, best in the area. I mean, people are literally coming from Oregon and Idaho just to come in for my prime rib and my clam chowder. Is instead of having clam chowder on Fridays, I had mine on Saturdays to go with the prime rib. And God, people were just, they were just going crazy over that. They were like, "I can't believe that you run this kitchen in a little dive bar in the middle of freaking nowhere, and you've got one of the best clam chowders that I've ever had in my entire life. And I'm 70 years old," you know, that sort of thing. So that was really kind of cool, and you know, it's heartwarming to know that my father's clam chowder recipe has withstood the test of time. The only difference is that I did add a couple little bumps of this and that in it to kind of, you know, bring it to a modern time, right? But it's still my dad's clam chowder. It's made with all the love and passion that he once had. So it's a little nod to my friend Donna. Donna Wanna, the Wagon Wheel. She was a delightful woman. She was just an amazing, amazing person. So caring, so loving. She would literally come out and take orders, and she would sit down at the table and chit chat with everybody, especially new people, and she would introduce herself and create connections that way. And that was always so cool. And then, you know, all of her regulars, she would come out after, you know, in between orders and stuff, and she would sit down and chit chat, and it was strange because who has the restaurant owner come and sit down at your table with a cup of coffee in hand as though they're one of the guests, you know? It's kind of a strange thing, but it was quirky and endearing. That was her thing. It was cool. But after meeting her, that was the time that I realized I can't be this a-hole chef that yells at everybody all the time. I need that yesterday. Food dying in the window. Replate this. This is on the wrong plate. Who who did it this way? Who cut the onions? Who stocked up last night? You know, that sort of thing. It's like it got tiresome. Started to really hate myself because it's like I didn't want to be that person. I didn't want to be that female Asian variant to Gordon Ramsay. You know, you call this a soup when you would feed this to death row inmate. Um, that sort of thing. And so she inspired me to be a softer person, to speak with intention. And that's what I got from Donna. And so this is going to be the end to this live stream here in just a moment because I'm about to lose signal as I go up into the hills. But it's a beautiful day today, and the current weather conditions, let's see here, 59 degrees. And I'm sure that it's probably going to reach and possibly exceed 70. So I'm going to do a live stream tomorrow. Keep an eye out for that. It's just going to be a pop-up, just a little impromptu thing, because I got something fun to show y'all. So anyway, don't forget, cook with love, eat with passion. Have a great day, everybody, and be safe out there. Bye for now.